Hi everybody, it's day 5 of your meal planning and mental prep for this next group that we're going to do together. So you've got your meal plan going. It's about finished. Please post it so that we can help you, or please contact me for any help. But today we're talking a lot about your mindset, because I've been doing this for a long time now, and I've noticed that too many people are too hard on themselves. They work really, really hard to see change, and just because it's not the level they wanted, and even sometimes when it is, they don't accept it. They still think they should have or could have or whatever could have been better, and so they're mad and they beat themselves up. They tell themselves, oh, I just can't do this. This is just too hard. I'm never going to reach my goal. And they tell themselves these things. You guys, what you speak out of your mouth is your truth. If you are speaking that way about yourself a lot, that's what's going to happen. And it takes time to change that habit. I had that habit for a long time. I'm just the chubby girl. I'm just the bigger girl. I'm just not shaped like people. I'm just not meant to be that way. I'm not athletic. I can't do moves like that. I didn't know that it was just a matter of time and consistency. I used to never be able to do tuck jumps. You know, where you pull your knees up to your chest like in a jump. And I thought, well, I have C-sections, they've cut my muscles. I can't do it. When I stayed dedicated to trying, guess what? I did it. It took 2 years for my body to build the muscle and ligament strength to be able to do it, but I did. And I thought it was cool. Because I honestly, 5 years ago, thought my body just isn't made to do tuck jumps. I just can't do tuck jumps. I won't be able to do those. And I can't do them now because I did have a baby this year, but I know I'll get back to it. So you guys, don't set yourself up for failure before you've even succeeded. Like, how do you know that you can't do 5 more seconds of push-ups if you don't try? When you're doing these workouts next week, don't stop when you feel tired and you're like, oh. Stop when your body tells you that it can't go further. When you're doing those jumping jacks and every muscle is burning and you're like, if I do another one, I think I might actually collapse to the floor. Then you've pushed to fatigue. You've pushed to what we call failure in the body. That is actually the edge of where you're going to start seeing big changes. You have to push to that point. Every time. There's going to be days where you're going to, the baby's going to wake up 100 times. Someone's going to come to your door. I don't know, where your workout is just not going to be what it could have been, but you do it anyway because you're developing a habit. There's no way you guys are going to develop a habit if you don't just do it every day. No matter what you feel like, no matter what the schedule looks like, push play, even if it's only 5 minutes. It's that habit of putting on the clothes. Sometimes I don't even put on the clothes because I'm like, my workout's not going to happen if I don't just go do something. So I push play on like a yoga or something. I'm not going to mess up and get my clothes sweaty. And I will just get like 15 minutes of yoga in. It's a habit to my body. It's a habit to my brain. It keeps my metabolism up. It's amazing how much what's in between our ears matters to our success. So remember these things as you're going through next week. Push yourself. Allow your body to work in the way that it was born to work. Your muscles need to fatigue to change. That burning you feel is okay. I mean, if you're feeling like a kink in your back and it's like super painful, that's different. Yeah, you need to stop and do yoga for a few days or something. But usually for me, when that happens, I have to go visit the chiropractor. The other thing is the same with your food. When you eat on point for 4 or 5 days and you eat a cookie, you're like, dang, this cookie ain't gonna do nothing because I've been depositing so much in my healthy eating bank account, I can take this little withdrawal. But when you're snitching every day and you're not sticking to your meal plan every day, then that cookie that comes at the family gathering on Saturday, you're like, and you feel really bad, and then it's like this negative thing. But when you've eaten on point all week, have a brownie, have a cookie, because gosh dang it, You are full of salad up to here. You can handle 3 grams of sugar. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So allow yourself to do your best. Don't sabotage yourself because last week you didn't do good, or maybe even yesterday. Do your best today. Do your best right now. Now, I know from experience, it's not going to be perfect. You'll look at your meal plan, it's going to be beautiful, and you'll get to Tuesday, and guess what? You already skipped your lunch on Monday, and you had it for dinner, so then that messes up what you're having today. And then you forgot about the kids' soccer game that was at this time, so then you got to move your Shakeology down because that's the only thing you're going to have to get, and then you're going to have to get nuggets for the kids on the way because it got messed up. Guys, I speak from experience, so you got to move things around. That's okay. It's okay. Just keep going. Do your best. I find actually sometimes I miss meals and have to move things around, and then when I make my meal plan for the next week, I've got a fridge full of stuff I can still use because I had to like change stuff so much. So it's okay. See your struggle as your gift, because when you're pushing through this, you're gaining more character, you're gaining more independence, and through the group, you're going to be gaining more interdependence, which just helps you as a human. Like, allow yourself that grace to mess up, to try again. Be flexible about your methods here. Don't be flexible about the goal of becoming healthier, the goal of gaining the habit of working out every day, the habit of looking at the foods. Man, I'm starving. Okay, Rob, you know, have a vegetable, have a fruit, have your protein before you eat your carbs. That's the habit now that I have, so that I don't go in the kitchen when I'm starving and immediately binge on carbs. You know, bread, muffins, whatever. Because that's what I'm like. Of course, our bodies want sugar. They want that instant. But we can control that. So gain that habit. But allow yourself the self-grace that when things don't go right, it's okay. But if you're going to reach the goal, you've got to be continually pushing for those habits. You're going to probably have sacrifices. You're going to miss pizza night with your family. It's worth it. You're not going to have to forever, but when you've got to lose, I'd say more than 20 pounds, like you really need to hone in. And until you lose all of that, your metabolism's higher, you'll be able to handle a pizza night once a week. But until then, it might only be a couple months away that you just need to stick to a salad and some leaner protein. And that's okay. You might have to sacrifice that lunch date with your mom. You might have to sacrifice eating in the break room with your friends that are always buying you Snickers bars and handing you an ice cold Coke. That's the world we live in, you guys. Nothing that is worth having comes easy. Nothing. You're going to make sacrifices, and there's going to be times when it's not fun. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. There's going to be times when you're in a funk. You might even feel depressed. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. That just means you have something to work through. That means you're progressing. That means you're changing. Keep staying the course, keep going, and you'll develop amazing new habits. Anytime you're changing, you guys, anytime you're doing something in your life of consequence that is really going to matter, you're going to have criticism, you're going to have roadblocks, because you're out of your comfort zone. It's been my experience that your comfort zone is really where you're the most uncomfortable, because you're like, man, I want to do that. Man, I think I could do this. When you're outside your comfort zone and you're trying new things, it's invigorating. It's exciting. So take this for what it's worth, but when you're committed to something, you're relentless about the goal, those habits we want to make, but you're flexible about the methods. Allow yourself the self-grace to change things up, to start again, and just realize that it's not going to be perfect. So many times people are like, well, I just skipped my workout 3 days. I have to start over. I'm like, no, you don't. Start on workout number 2. It's okay. Just pick up from where you left off. Because mentally, you've already made it through several days. And when you jump back in where you left off, it'll be amazing. All right. Have an amazing day 5 of your prep.